Hello and welcome to another complete Cambridge IGCSE chemistry lesson where you will learn absolutely everything you need to know on topic 3.2 relative masses of atoms and molecules. As always, we'll be following the Cambridge syllabus exactly and we'll learn absolutely everything you need to know for your final exam. Now, I'm only posting half of the topics in the syllabus here on YouTube, but if you want access to the entire syllabus, you can find a link to my Patreon channel in the description. Also, if you like the slides I use in my videos, which can be used as a teaching resource or revision guide, they will eventually be available to download soon after I've finished producing all the videos. Once done, I'll put a link to those in the description as well. The first learning objective requires you to define relative atomic mass with the symbol A subscript R as the average mass of the isotopes of an element compared to 1/12 of the mass of carbon-12. Relative atomic mass can be found alongside the chemical symbol of an element on the periodic table. It's always larger than the atomic or proton number, except for hydrogen, where the atomic number and relative atomic mass are the same. Now, atoms are too small to accurately weigh, but we still need a way to compare the masses of atoms. Carbon-12, which has a fixed mass of 12 units, is used as a reference point for comparing the masses of other elements. For example, magnesium has a relative atomic mass of 24, so it's twice as heavy as carbon. Relative molecular mass, with the symbol M subscript R, is the sum of the relative atomic masses of the elements shown in a molecule. The term relative formula mass, which has the same symbol, is used when referring to the mass of an ionic compound. You can calculate relative molecular or formula mass if you know the formula of the compound and the relative atomic mass of each atom in it. For example, a water molecule consists of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. The relative atomic masses of hydrogen and oxygen are 1 and 16 respectively. Therefore, the relative molecular mass of water is 2 times 1 plus 16, so 18 units. Another example, lead nitrate has the formula PbNO32. Multiplying out the brackets gives PbN2O6, so in total we have 1 lead atom, 2 nitrogen atoms and 6 oxygen atoms. The relative atomic masses of lead, nitrogen and oxygen are 207, 14 and 16 respectively, so the relative formula mass of lead nitrate is 207 plus 14 times 2 plus 16 times 6, which is 331. The law of conservation of mass states that mass is neither created nor destroyed in chemical reactions. This means the total mass of the reactants will always be equal to the mass of the products. For example, methane reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water. The balance symbol equation for this reaction is CH4 plus 2O2 forms CO2 plus 2H2O. If you're unsure about balancing equations, I recommend you go and watch my previous video on topic 3.1. The relative atomic masses of hydrogen, carbon and oxygen are 1, 12 and 16 respectively, so we can work out that 16 units of mass of methane will react with 64 units of oxygen to form 44 units of carbon dioxide and 36 units of water. As you can see, the total mass of the reactants is the same as the mass of the products. Now, the ratio of the mass of the substances involved in the reaction will always be the same, regardless of the units. This allows us to calculate the exact masses of the substances needed for or produced in a reaction. For example, 16 grams of methane would react in excess oxygen to form 36 grams of water. Excess oxygen means there's more than enough oxygen to react with all the methane. 64 grams of methane is 4 times the amount, so it would react in excess oxygen to form 144 grams of water. By the same token, if we wanted to produce 88 kilograms of carbon dioxide, we would need 32 kilograms of methane and 128 kilograms of oxygen. Well done, you've just covered absolutely everything you need to know on topic 3.2, relative masses of atoms and molecules. If you benefited from this video, remember to subscribe to the channel and check out my Patreon, where I'll be uploading the entire chemistry syllabus. Join me there for our next lesson on topic 3.3, the mole and the Avogadro constant.